sky of steel, warriors breathe the northern flame. Their boots carve paths through drifting snow, their hearts unbroken by the storm. Across the fjords their voices rise, a tide that shakes the moonlit stones. For in the north the iron sleeps, waiting for their call to wake. Cold winds whisper ancient names, the echoes of the fallen kings. Their memory burns like embers red, guiding steps through midnight frost. The ravens circle overhead, the silent oath of Odin's gaze. And every warrior feels the spark, the fire of 1,000 souls. The waves crash hard against the cliffs, a drumbeat born from distant realms. The shields reflect the starlit ice, the past carved deep in wood and grain. They march with thunder in their blood, they breathe the storm like sacred wine. And every heartbeat shakes the sky, the roar of ancient warriors' pride. The fire glows in winter's grip, a beacon on the mountain's crown. It calls them back from roaming worlds, through storms that twist the northern winds. They gather close around its flame, their shadows dancing with the gods. And every spark becomes a tale, a memory of distant land. Through endless night they forge their song, a myth that echoes through the snow. Each voice a blade that pierces time, each breath a vow of living steel. The earth beneath begins to stir, awakened by their solemn chant. And mountains answer with their roar, proclaiming kings that never fade. When dawn breaks pale on frozen seas, the warriors rise with blazing eyes, their steps resounding on the shore. The ancient rhythm of the north, with raised up shields they greet the sun. A world reborn in northern fire, and thus begins their endless march, the saga carried through the sky. Iron North, the Iron North forever calls, its echo carved in stone and sea. A land where warriors stand unbowed, where winter crowns the noble brave. And through the ages their hymn shall rise, the voice of frost, the voice of flame, the everlasting song of strength, the song that shapes the iron. a misted endless sea. A lone longship drifts on silver waves, the sails torn thin by wandering years, the hull edged deep with stories past. A single warrior stands aboard, his gaze fixed far beyond the mist, a sentinel of northern storms, the keeper of forgotten time. The sea hums low with ancient song, the lullaby of distant realms. It whispers tales of giants slain, of roaring storms and burning skies. Yet through it all he stands unmoved, his stance as steady as the mast. For he has sailed through countless nights where even gods refuse to roam. The mist enfolds the ship like shrouds, a veil of drifting spectral frost. His thoughts drift back to brothers lost, their laughter fading in the waves. But still he guides the lonely helm, a pilgrim of the open sea. For though alone his heart remains a choir of 100 flames. The sun breaks through the distant clouds, a pale gold beam upon the deck. It lights the carvings on the bow, the dragons etched in ancient wood. The warrior touches weathered grain, his palm upon the memories, and through that touch the sea responds, awakening forgotten time. The waves grow tall with rising light, the longship surges through the foam. The wind begins to sing again, a chorus born of northern breath. He lifts his eyes to greet the dawn, the world reborn in molten gold. And in that glow he feels the spark, the call of home beyond the mist. The longship cuts through breaking seas, its shadow dancing with the sun. The warrior stands with lifted chin, his cloak alive with ocean wind. A figure carved of storm and stone, of steel and fire, ice and faith. A living echo of the north, a soul the sea itself reveres. And though the world may never know the roads that drift in longship sails, its weight shall carve through ages lost, a trail of myth upon the sea. The warrior's tale shall travel far across the foam of silver waves, an echo of the northern coast, the drifting longship and its soul. Across the ridges swept by storms, a lone warrior walks the wind, his cloak a tattered ghost of frost, his eyes like embers burning cold. He moves with silence carved in steel, a shadow born of battle scars, a wanderer who left behind the world he once knew as his home. The wind becomes his closest kin. It wraps around him like a shroud. It whispers secrets of the earth, of distant realms and restless seas. Yet still he walks with steady pace, unbroken by the tempest's cry. For in his breast a fire sleeps, a storm more powerful than night. Where lightning dwells, the rocks alive with thunder's breath. But still his footsteps never slow, his heart unshaken by the storm. He raises eyes to greet the sky, the swirling clouds like raging beasts. And in their chaos finds his peace, the solace of a warrior's path. Passes carved by time, he follows trails no mortal sees. The runes of fate beneath his feet, the mountains pulse within his bones. The wind embraces him as kin, its roar a hymn to wandering souls. A melody of ice and fire that guides him through the endless wild. Like shadow on the snow, they gather round as silent guards, the watchers of the northern sky. The warrior kneels among the stones, his breath a vow upon the wind, that though he walks alone through storms, his spirit never shall be tamed. He stands beneath the endless stars, the constellations crown his brow, a mantle forged in northern myth. The wind grows soft around his form, a loyal friend to guide his steps, for he has earned the storm's respect, the warrior who walks the wind. On through winter's song, a whispered legend in the fjords. They say the wind still knows his name and carries it through frozen peaks. A timeless soul of frost and flame, whose steps forever shape the north. The warrior bound to storm and sky, the one who walked the wind alone.
shores where storms are born, the warrior raise their iron shield. The roar of thunder fans their pride, the lightning crowns their frozen silhouette like ancient tree, a brotherhood of storm-forged souls, unbroken by the wrath of God. Crash hard upon the rocks, the ocean boiling with the gale. Yet through the spray they carve their path, their boots sunk deep in soldered earth. Their shields reflect the storm's bright fire, the sparks of worlds collide. A dance of chaos and resolve, the oath of men who fear no storm. The sky above, a swirling beast, lashes them with icy breath. But through the storm they walk as kings, their hearts ablaze with northern. Each thunderclap a battle cry, each gust a test of steely souls. And in their march the earth itself begins to tremble with respect. Yeah. Upon the cliffs, their voices lost within the wind. Yet still their chant ascends the storm, a rising tide of iron tones. Their words like hammers forged in frost, their breath the fire of ancient halls. A hymn that reaches Odin's throne, a sound that shakes the storming skies. When lightning splits the night in two, their shields ignite in silver blaze. The storm reveals its final strength, yet warriors rise with greater fire. Their eyes reflect the wild beyond, the realm where only gods may roam. And through the storm their spirits climb, the unbound force of northern might. At dawn the heavens fall to peace, the sea turns calm as newborn frost. The warriors stand with lifted shields, their breath like clouds of smoldering steam. The storm retreats before their will, bowing to the Iron King. For none who walk beneath the sun can match the storm-forged of the northern light. Upon the cliffs, a whisper held by winds of time, a song of thunder, rain and steel, of men who stood where gods once fell. And through the ages scouts shall tell of shields that sang within the storm, the everlasting echo echoes strong, the hymn of storm forged direct. They are, they are, they are, they are.
The silent frozen fjord, their shadows stretch in silver light. A single horn breaks through the dark, a call that shakes the sleeping sky. The warriors lift their weary eyes, for night has carved its bitter crown. Still they walk on broken souls, the cold unable to command. Catch drifting snow, the storm embraces them as kin. The moon reflects on hardened steel, a language only frost can read. The steps resound like winter drums, a rhythm older than the gods, a vow that binds their wandering feet to paths of honor, paths of ice. Upon the rocks the ravens wait, their wings as dark as ancient runes. They watch the warriors march below, the silence heavy as the storms. But in their gaze a fire burns, a knowing of the world's old truth, that those who brave the winter's heart shall carve their names in frozen stone. The wind retells forgotten tales of chieftains crowned in northern storms, of ships that sailed where no light shone, of battles fought on starlit waves. And every warrior feels the pull, the long fjord. The sky turns pale, the world reborn in shades of gold. The warriors halt and breathe the dawn, the soul's alight with winter's grace. The storm retreats, the winds bow low, the fjord awakens from the night, and in its stillness waits the truth. The North belongs to hearts like theirs. Oh, ascends the icy cliffs, a hymn that shakes the waking world. It rises from their battle scars, it flows like rivers carved in snow. Forever shall this song endure, forever shall their names resound. The voice is strong, the voice is proud, the voices of the frozen fjord.
At sunset's edge the fjord grows still, the sky ablaze in crimson fire. The warrior stands upon the shore, his silhouette against the glow. The waves reflect the dying light, the world between both day and night. A place where sagas meet the sea, where endings breathe like autumn wind. His cloak drifts slowly in the breeze, a smell of salt upon the air. He lifts his gaze toward the west, where distant storms sleep away. His hand rests firm upon his axe, the steel reflecting fading gold. For in the evening twilight hour he feels a weight of destiny. The fury calls the songs of old, the poet chants the battle roll. The ships that sail these waters vast, the shadows lost in swirling mist. And though he stands alone tonight, the whispers of the past draw near. A chorus carried by the waves, 1,000 voices through the foam. He kneels and touches frozen sand, the cold a comfort to his soul. He hears the heartbeat of the land, the ancient pulse beneath the stones. The gods that walk the northern winds, the storms that shape the mortal alight with ember fire. He turns toward the shadowed path that winds beyond the frozen cliffs. His spirit firm, his heart beats strong. The fjords last light within his soul, a guiding star through endless night, a spark of God's within the storm. Long after he has left the shore, the waves still whisper of his name, a tale to travel through the years, a legend carried by the sea. The warrior born of dusk and flame, the man who walked the twilight path, the final light of northern fjords, a flame that never fades away.
The mountain's crystal crown, the frost kings sleep in icy tombs, their spirits bound by winter's breath, their arms folded in ancient peace. Yet on the wind a whisper stirs, a call from distant wandering steps, for one approaches through the snow, a warrior seeking faded truth. His boots sink deep in powdered white, his breath a storm. Within the cold he walks the paths no mortal dares, the trails that coil through frozen stone. The mountain hums with secret life, its walls alive with hidden rooms. 1,000 voices echo soft, the slumber of forgotten kings. Still, the world grows pale, the frost takes hold of mortal time. Yet still he walks with burning heart, but a torch of will in winter's hand. His eyes reflect the crystal light, the glow of worlds untouched by sun. And in his soul the fires rise, the strength of ancients waking slow. Within the cavern crowned by ice, the kings lie still in silver glow, their armor carved from winter's bones, their helms encased in shining frost. The warrior kneels in sacred hush, his pulse a whisper in the cold. He feels their presence in the air, the weight of age is pressing close. Trembles with their breath, the frost begins to crack and fall. A shiver passes through the deep, a stirring fell beneath the stone. Though kings remain in silent rest, their power flows through frozen air. And in that moment he receives the gift of winter's timeless will. Slow with burning gaze, the glow of frost upon his skin. A spirit forged in crystal halls, his heart aligned with northern kings. He leaves the cavern with new fire, wanderer of icy truth, a man reborn where frost kings sleep, a warrior carved from winter's cold. Mountain seals behind the steps, the runes grow quiet once again. But through the ages memory stays of one who dared to walk the frost. And those who hear his echo tale shall know the realms where kings still dream, the silent halls of frozen might, the place where frost kings sleep.
Beneath the frozen lake, a pulse begins to stir awake. A distant thundering in the cold, a heartbeat forged by ancient hands. The warriors halt with lifted brows, for through the ice the drums resound. A call from worlds unseen by mortals, a summon carved in winter's bone. Louder, fierce and wild, the ice begins to tremble deep. The wind responds with swirling cry, the trees bow low in solemn fear. Yet still the warriors stand their ground, their spirits blazing in the frost. For in their veins the northern fire rises stronger than the storm. Its truth, the echoes of a vanished days, where kings once ruled in halls of ice. The drums a hymn to winter's might. The warriors listen with bowed heads, their hearts aligned with ancient rhythm. And through the ground the stories rise, the sagas buried in the deep. The ice cracks open with a roar, the drums burst forth in spectral flame. A ghostly sound of battle past, the marching beat of timeless souls. The warriors raise their shields in awe, for in the thunder's pulsing voice they hear the footsteps of the dead who still defend the northern world. Swirling fire, the warriors chant with iron breath, their voices merging with the drums. A choir born of living frost, a pact between the past and now, their echoes shaping night and sky, the northern hymn reborn anew. The storm ascends into the clouds, the drums return beneath the lake, the ice seal shut with silver calm, the world restored to silent frost. But in the hearts of those who heard, the beat forever remains alive, a sacred pulse within their blood, the drums that thundered under ice. They march from lake with fire in eyes, the step a rhythm strong and cold. The drums beneath the frozen deep have claimed their spirits as their own. And through the years the scald shall sing of warriors touched by ancient sound, the sons of winter's thunder call, the ones who heard the drums of ice. The fire burns in winter's grass, a beacon bright against the cold. Around its glow the warriors stand, their shadows woven into night. Their voices rise in solemn chant, a vow that binds them to the storm. For in the flame they see their truth, the spark that shapes the northern soul. Their hands rest firm on hardened steel, the blade still steaming from the forge. Each weapon holds a timeless tale of storms endured and battles won. The fire dances on their helms, the frost recedes before their gaze, and in that glow they carve their oath, a promise sworn beneath the stars. Howls fierce around the camp, yet none among them bow to fear. Their spirits shine like burning coals, defiant in the winter's chill. They raise their shields toward the sky, unbroken by the night's command. And through the storm their oath resounds, a flame that nothing can restrain.
cracks with ancient voice. The embers whirl like spirits free. The warriors feel the presence near. The watchers from the world beyond. The gods observe their solemn vow. Their blessings drifting in the smoke. And in the warriors' beating hearts, the northern flame begins to roar. The darkness coils around the fjord, yet still the flame refuses death. It leaps against the bitter winds, a stubborn spark of blazing gold. The warriors stand in steady ranks, their silhouettes like waking giants. A brotherhood of frost and fire, united by a single oath. When dawn arrives with muted gold, the warriors grip their shining steel, their oath still burning in their veins, a living fire beneath the skin. They march into the waking world, their boots resounding on the frost, for in their hearts the flame remains, a torch no winter can extinguish. The northern flame shall never fade. Its echoes carry through the ages. A song of courage forged in frost, of warriors bound by sacred vow. And still the skulls recall the night when fire bent but did not break. The night the warriors swore their oath, the oath that shaped the northern flame.
The sky above is black with wings, leaving circles slow and wide. The shadows stretch across the snow, a silent omen carved in frost. And there he walks, the wandering one, a lone survivor of the north. His cloak torn thin by winter's teeth, his steps a rhythm in the ice. Cry their ancient song, a tune of sorrow masked by pride. They lead him through forgotten paths, through forests where no fire burns. The warrior lifts his weary gaze, his breath a ghost in frozen air. For in their flight he sees the truth, the gods still walk the northern
walks with steady stride, a man who lives beyond defeat. His silence deeper than the snow, his will unbroken by the night. Around him rise the hollow trees, their branches black against the sky, their roots like serpents in the frost, their bark inscribed with runic scars. He touches one with numbing hand, the tree responds with distant whispers, 1,000 stories etched in wood, 1,000 echoes of the slain. Perch on frozen limbs, their eyes like embers in the dark. They speak in tongue of ancient gods, their voices sharp as winter wind. The wanderer listens with bowed head, for he has walked the edge of fate, and through their cries he finds his path, the long road home through shadowed snow. At last the night begins to fade, the ravens lift into the dawn, their wings like storms that break the light, their flight a promise to the sky, and from their cry he draws his strength, the spark of hope within the cold, for though alone he walks with gods, the chosen of the raven sky. Pines the wanderer walks, a shadow carved in winter's breath. The wolf beside him moves with grace, a silent guardian forged by fate. Together through the frozen world, they roam the paths where legends sleep, a bond unbroken by the storms, companions of the northern wild. His cloak is torn by wandering years, his eyes like smoldering northern fire. He carries memories of the sea, the thunder roar of wooden shields. Yet now he walks the forest veins, the heartbeat of the ancient land. A wanderer without a home, yet carrying worlds within his gaze. its eyes toward the moon, its silver glow upon their trail, its breath a cloud of spectral smoke, a whisper of the world between. The warrior's hand rests on its fur, his fingers numb from winter's touch, yet in that warmth he finds his calm, a solace carved from living frost. Through ruined stones and silent groves, they move like spirits of the pines, where ancient watchers mark their path. The runes of gods in weathered bark, the cold wind numbs forgotten hymns, the songs of those who walked before, and in their rhythm, step by step, the wanderer recalls his past. He sees his brothers by the fire, their shadows dancing in the night. He hears their laughter echo faint like distant waves on hidden shores. Yet now he walks where none return, alone, creation shaped by fate, a soul that journeys without end, though every step still bears their names. The forest parts at dawn's embrace, the sky ablaze in amber light. The wolf howls long to greet the day, the sound like thunder in the snow. The wanderer lifts his gaze as well, his breath a vow upon the wind. For though alone his heart beats strong, a flame the winter cannot drown. Together through the frozen world, the wolf and warrior move as one, their silhouettes on white horizons, telling tales no skald has sung. And though the world may never know the roads these silent spirits walk, their saga lives in drifting snow. The wanderer